Here are my 3 keys to consistency. And this is how I have been able to stay consistent training in like the past 5 years, guys. I'm going to give you guys 3 keys, as I've said, and stay tuned to the very end. I have one more bonus tip or secret that I will share with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this little training footage. I'll be training some chest, some upper body. So the first one, let's get straight into it. Priority. Whatever you do, guys, it has to be a priority, right? So let's say, for instance, your work, the job that you go to. Why do you go to work? Because it is a priority. Keep in mind, you have to have a why as well, right? That why, it has to be important to you. But making sure that you're prioritizing it. Why do you brush your teeth? Why do you take a shower? Okay? So if you prioritize this, then you're going to be more consistent. And if you're struggling with prioritizing it, I would strongly recommend you guys have the Google Calendar app, right? Like for me, I have a Google Calendar app, and this helps me stay on track at all times, which helps me to stay consistent. You got to prioritize whatever it is that you really want to do, bro. And when it comes to training, it has to be top priority. But, with training, with the gym, what matters, guys? What matters here? Your diet, right? Whatever you're eating, whatever you're consuming. And let's just not focus on the physical too. We're talking mental. We're talking spiritual. So the things that you watch, the type of information that you consume and read on a regular basis, right? So what happens outside of the gym matters too. And you got to be mindful of that, bro. Top priority is the gym, though, for me at least. And it should be for you guys as well. If you want to get the best results, it has to be priority, bro. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but I really want to emphasize that, right? So for me, I'll give you guys, a little example. When I wake up, my routine, I got to do some stretching as soon as I wake up. Guys, the two main things that I prioritize as soon as I open my eyes and I get my day started is meditation and warming up my body, doing some mobility work, right? These things matter because, for one, it's like starting a car. For one, I got to get my mind warmed up for whatever I'm going to do during the day. So I got to make sure I have the right energy. I got to make sure that I have the right mood. The way my brain responds to things, it has to be on point. My emotional mood, my emotional capacity, it has to be on point. When I'm making these videos, right? Whenever I'm speaking to you guys, I have to be on point. And of course, we got to warm up the body. Because your mind might be, warmed up, which is good. You should warm up your body first. That's what I strongly recommend. Do some meditation first. Warm up your mind. And then warm up the body. Because if your mind is warmed up and then your body is not in alignment with that, you could be feeling off, bro. I'm speaking from experience. Like, you might, risk an injury. Thankfully, I've never had an injury, but your body could still be tight. Mind, body, spirit. So it has to be one. You have to warm up as well. warm up the vessel, right? But just making sure you're prioritizing it, bro. Keeping track of whatever you're doing, right? Every hour of the day, you should be staying productive. You should be tracking whatever you're doing. I think I've talked about the first point enough. So we'll move on to the second. And that is this realistic? This is a good one. So you guys remember when I was training muscle ups, right? I really wanted to get the 45-pound muscle up, and I still will. I'm still going to get there eventually. But I realized that, you know what? I'm actually much better off training the pull-up first. I'm much better off training the basics first and maximizing my strength that way. Because if I get the basic first, then the advanced stuff, they will correlate. They will feel better since I got the foundation. And so that's why I realized with the muscle up, that's why I'm bringing it up, because I had the muscle up going series going a little bit, and then I stopped because I said, you know what, this is not realistic. I am much better off doing the pull up. And guess what? I was doing. You guys remember the Sets of Pain video I recorded recently? I did a 20-pound muscle up, bro. And that I shocked myself, but then I said, you know what? It's no accident, because I was being realistic with myself when I was doing the pull-ups. So just ask yourself that, man, because if you want to do this long term with training and fitness specifically, you gotta be realistic with yourself, bro. You have to ask yourself if I'm enjoying this. Can I maintain this low body fat? Can I do this on a regular basis? Am I gonna feel good about this? How would I feel when I keep doing this? Right? You know, if I was just training with weights, it would not be realistic at all for me. And the thing is, I think I actually, when I'm doing weights and calisthenics, bro, it really brings out the best in my genetics, in my opinion. But if I were just to do weights, it's not realistic because I would get so bored so easily. So easily, bro. So that's why I gotta add in the calisthenics. Now, with calisthenics, what's interesting is, as much as I love it, bro, it wouldn't get me to my ideal physique. Like how I'm looking in the video right now. You guys see how I'm looking a little more toned, kind of like, I guess, a little more shredded, because I've combined both. It wouldn't be realistic if I'm just doing calisthenics, bro. I would just look more ripped. And maybe some of you guys like looking more ripped, but for me, it's just better. It's just more realistic for me to add both, right? I feel better both physically, aesthetically, mentally. That's just what's realistic for me, and it's what works for me, right? Even with training handstands, I'm just giving you guys examples, and I'm just yapping. But with the handstands, it was dude, I'm not gonna lie, it was some points, bro. I kind of almost wanted to stop the handstand because I'm like, is this realistic for me? Like, the handstand is a cool movement, but what am I doing this for? And then that's when I reminded myself, like, bro, you're doing this for the skill, because you want to stand out. You want to get that Super Saiyan strength, right? Doing shoulder press is cool. Doing lateral raises is cool. But it's even better, when you have something that'll set you apart. So that's why I continue to train the handstand. And my handstand, when I ask myself that, bro, it's gotten way better. I think you guys can see it in the videos too. It's gotten way better, right? Now, let me give you guys, let's move on to the third point here. When it comes to consistency. So just a recap. Number one, you got to be prioritizing it. Got to make sure it's in your schedule on a regular basis. If you're training minimum 3 times a week, diet, that's every day. That's a lifestyle. You know, taking care of it, going for walks, that's every day. But you got to make sure you schedule that, bro. And then the second one, you got to ask yourself, is this realistic for me? Can I do this on a regular basis? Do I want to look like this for the next 6 months to a year? Am I going to be enjoying myself on the way to the journey? Right? Because it's a process, bro. It's a motherfucking process in a marathon. Right? Some guys is, no hate, but some guys is, taking steroids because maybe they trying to rush the process, or, you feeling insecure. I mean, we all have insecurities, but I'm not finna rush this shit, man. Because it's what's realistic for me. I'm setting realistic goals. So the third one is, okay, this is gonna blend into what I just said. Bro, you have to be patient. You have to be patient, bro. Because, guys, understand, we're not in this just for aesthetics. We're not in this just to say, hey, we did something for a year, we can flex our muscle, and then that's it. We stop after that. I'm going to tell you guys something, man. If I was just training for aesthetics, bro, I would have stopped 3 or 6 months into this. Because with my genetics, bro, I can, in my experience and just looking at myself, I think I can build that aesthetic pretty well. Of course, like, if you want that elite Greek god physique, like, it's gonna take years, right? But just a base foundation. If I were to jump into it like 6 months and go hard, and just focus on aesthetics, it's not gonna be realistic. And patience, bro. You gotta have that patience. If I was to say, you know what? I want to set a goal of doing like 5 handstand push-ups. See, the thing is with calisthenics, that shit's gonna take time, bro. Especially if you're training hard like me. If you're blending it, I have a squat goal, and then I gotta make sure I isolate my other parts of my body with weights. It's gonna take time, bro, and you have to be patient. One thing about me, I would do research on, and I still do. I'll do research on, like, how long did it take to get this skill, or how long did they take to get to that skill. But really, it's about you. It's about your journey, bro, because you're the one walking on your own path, right? So if this person lost weight and built muscle at this pace, then that's just what it is for them. Your body could be different. Your lifestyle could be different, right? The things you eat, it could be the same, but your genetics could be different, right? Work gets in the way, life, your activity, the way you respond to things. Some people like go through depression. Some people, like, shit happens in life, bro. So you really have to be patient. But if you asking me, I say, like, give yourself 5 years, bro, of just consistent effort. If you want to look a specific way, or man, the pump is fucking crazy on me. Holy shit. Not to get off the, excuse me, but crazy ass pump. But you know, it's gonna take time, guys. Just give yourself minimum 3 to 5 years, bro. 3 to 5 years. I don't, guys. Like I said before, I don't believe, and I'll say this again. I do not believe in instant gratification. This shit takes time. You think, bro? You think Rome was built in a day? Kanye dropped his album, his first album, at 27 years old. So if it takes you longer, good. You know, some people get the hands down just like that, but for me, I had to take my time, bro. I had to keep failing, bro. I don't think you guys really understand, man. That the handstand took me time, right? And still to this day, I'm still learning so much every day. Right? It's a marathon, bro. You gotta walk. You gotta learn when to walk. You gotta learn when to run. You gotta pace yourself. Some people, even with my YouTube channel, bro, like I'm here to take my time. I'm not gonna stop uploading ever because I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna lower my expectations. So if it gets me no views, if some videos get me no views or whatever, hey, it is what it is. But I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna show up for myself and for you guys because I enjoy what I do and I enjoy the journey. Then I'm gonna keep going, bro. Because I know 20 years from now, I'll look back and I'll say, hey, I'm glad I did what I had to do. So just be patient, bro, because when you plant that seed, you don't just you don't just come back to the seed and be like, holy crap, it's a full-grown tree the next day, right? That's the best. That's actually one of the best parts about training, bro, is you really see who you are, and you know, it's about the character and the person you become in that process. And now that leads me to my next point. You guys excuse me if I'm kind of like brain farting in the middle of these. I'm just really watching myself as well, and watching my movements, checking my form. I'm really like critical with my form and my technique and how I do things. But bonus tip, right? Bonus secret on how I've stayed and maintained my consistency throughout all these years is I trick my brain. I literally just tricked my brain, bro. And excuse me. What do I mean by that? So back in 2020 when I started, mind you guys, I didn't touch no weight at all. Nada. Not a single weight was touched because, for one, the gyms were closed during COVID, right? It was 2020. Things were changing a lot. And, you know, a lot of businesses, they closed, especially with the gym. So I said, you know what? We're going to go to this body weight shit. And so guess what I did? I just went for a run. Bro, I would literally just run from, like, there's this little kind of like a alleyway, valley type of way. I don't know how to describe it, but just around my neighborhood, bro. I'd run back and forth. But along that journey, and even when I was getting started, I told myself, like, hey, you're already there. I want you guys to imagine this Greek god physique version of you, or the quote unquote highest version of you. You're already there, bro. All you gotta do is take action. And that's what I did. Right? I visualized that version of myself. And then I said, hey, we're already here, bro. So we might as well just become the person. So once we become the person in that process, now we're visualizing first. Then when we take action, we're being. Then when we're doing, we're becoming. And then you do that for 6 months, 1 year, 2, 3, 5 years. Now you're being the thing. Now you are the thing. Right? And then you gotta go hard. You gotta go harder, bro, because once you reach that stage, then it's like, okay, you gotta recreate yourself. I don't know if anybody else has like ever talked about this on YouTube, or if like other people have mentioned it to you guys, but that's how I just tricked my brain. And I hope you guys can trick your brain in that way to remain consistent as well. Because training is mental for the most part, guys. Okay? So, those are my keys to consistency. Once again, we'll recap. First, you got to prioritize. So add it into your calendar, guys. Make sure you, every hour of the day, you should be doing something productive. And when it comes to training, ideally train at the same time every day. And if you have like mixed schedules, just like me, then you either do it before your 8-hour shift or after your 8-hour shift. But you make sure that you prioritize it. Top priority. And if you want to break it down some more, diet is priority. You guys see the abs? That's because I keep my diet clean. Recovery, it has to be a priority. It has to be 100%. Right? Second one, is this realistic? You guys see me flexing now? Is this a realistic physique for me? And where I want to go? Are my goals realistic? Is a muscle up realistic for me? Am I going to enjoy the process on the way there? And then third one is patience. So, okay, I want the muscle up, I want the pull up, I want the handstand. But I need to be patient. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if I mentioned this, but it was at one point where I was actually getting really impatient with the handstand. But I said, hey, focus day by day. Give yourself some time. Do the recovery. And in time, you will continue to keep getting better. And then the fourth one is just being, right? Visualizing, becoming, and being. That was the fourth bonus tip. And that is pretty much it for the video, guys. I thought of this because I had posted something on my Instagram. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got some value from this. If you did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know. Drop down like some topics for me to talk about, man. And appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate everybody for the support. Always remember, it's no pain, no progression. You get your reps in. Happy Monday, fellas. Let's get after it.